A lot of thought went into designing the robots we were using for the robot game. We affectionately refer to them as the kidnapped robots because they are running around on a children's playground when they really should not be there. We are coding for 2 robots, but we'll only use one for the official robot game. Using the base robot design from last year, we quickly went to work making this lifting arm so that we could complete most of the missions, though we quickly discovered that not all of them were completable with just that. So we designed and built this forklift, and though we had some troubles doing so, we persisted and eventually came up with this design. We also realized that programming and designing with just one robot with all of the people we have doing so is a bit much. So we got and built a second robot so that we could divide the workload and do more at once. And whilst building the second robot, we realized there were some design flaws in the original design, so we worked together to correct those and end up with a better design. That design uses 375 pieces, 2 NXT sensors, 2 EV3 sensors, 4 motors, and 4 programs.
To attach the attachments we wanted to use, we had to have the right robot design. To do that, we made it as small as we could. We added extra support so that it would be more consistent and wiggle less, and added as many connectors as we could free so that it would be easier to attach things. We have many solutions for the missions. We used the forklift for the basketball hoop and the bench. We used the arm for various other missions, and we use it for the dyno mission because it's lighter and allows us to do it, which is also known as the treadmill, without tipping over. One cool thing we added was 2 additional light sensors to the 2 we were already using. This allowed us to shine light to sense for darkened light right under the wheels, which helped us follow the line better and line up better.
One of the biggest challenges with the robot game is simply getting the robot in the right place. So, to do that, we created a follow the line program, which uses 2 light sensors and then takes their values, subtracts them from each other to get the difference either way, multiplies the differences by a gain, and adds that to specific values to get the percent motor power. We do this so that if one sensor sees brighter than the other sensor, the motor on that side of the robot will get more power, allowing it to follow a line even when the line curves. Because our robot is not perfectly consistent, we line up with lines a lot. One such instance is when we split the code so that we can have 2 motors moving at the same time. This way, we can have motor B move until sensor 2 sees black, and motor C drive until sensor 1 sees black at the same time, thus allowing it to line up with a line. We then use simple logic to get back into one line of code.
We found that our best mission is the step counter because it's very consistent, and we renamed it Snail Motion because we have to push it very slowly. And we also found that our funniest missions are the slide, and we renamed it face plant because the people are face planting into the ground and it left a mark on the mat, which is quite funny. And then also Bacha, which we renamed FedEx and UPS because the mission is like a delivery service. And we found that our hardest mission was the ones that require most precise precision.
The first thing we did was we decided which missions to do. We did that by first seeing which ones are the most points. Then we see which ones were easiest. Then we compared the result and found out which ones were most likely to work. Then we made a map so that we could figure out which ones fit best together, and then we grouped them into runs. We made 4 separate runs that fit well with their programs.
We designed and built a great robot with building highlights like our forklift and programming highlights like using 2 lines of code and following a line. We tested our robot a lot and now have a very consistent, well-tested robot. We had a lot of fun doing this and can't wait to do it again next year.